All right, welcome ladies and gentlemen to Open Live Q&A. My name is Mr. McLogan and this is week number 105, going on year number 3 of consistent live streams to go ahead and answer your questions. So thank you so much, guys. Happy New Year for the first live stream in 2020. Very excited for you guys to be joining me tonight. And yeah, a couple things I want to let you guys know about. And then obviously what I do on each and every one of these live streams is I always try to spend the first couple time answering some of your guys' questions inside the chat, and then letting you guys know some of the things, the topics that have gone on, and then also answering any questions that you guys have. You guys can go ahead and submit those questions. We have a light load at the moment because obviously for majority of you, you are just getting back from winter break. So not a lot of math or not a lot of school has been going on. And so not a lot of questions have come through. So if you still feel free to go ahead and do the questions, I did put the link inside the chat for brymclogan.com/Q&A. You can go ahead and submit your question there. I'll try to get to those. I'll also try to get to everybody here, guys, on the chat. But I did want to get right up into there to let you guys know when the first live stream that I'm going to be doing. So one thing I want to do, I looked at, how I was doing things. YouTube has been really difficult since stepping away from the classroom. You would think you're like, oh, wow, you just make YouTube videos. Like that's, much easier. And it's actually really difficult because so much of my videos, obviously 12,000 of them has been just me teaching inside of the classroom. So trying to transition to actually making content for YouTube and not just like making a random video, but actually trying to go back through some older content and then, kind of organizing a lot of stuff. It's just been very difficult. And it feels like the more and more I try to do, there's the more and more work I have. But one of the things I want to do is actually, I kept on saying it, like, I want to do more live streams. So I finally said, you know what? I am just going to put my foot in the sand. We're going to go ahead and try this. I'm going to start small and then we'll kind of grow from there. So I left the link down in there, or I left the link on this overlay for you guys. If you want to go ahead and check it out, if you're taking pre-calculus, then obviously this is, would be beneficial for you. It is, I believe at, I'll have to go and double check. Actually, I kind of forgot, but I believe it's at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. So I know that's not going to work for everybody, and I do apologize for that. I am hoping to do some other things coming up, for this year to obviously add in some different streams and everything else for you guys. So I also know not everybody on this live stream is taking pre-calculus, and I will have next week. I'll be doing Algebra 2, but for right now, just as cars like this, my testing, seeing how this is going to work. I just want to kind of start with 2 courses and kind of see how that goes, and then we'll expand from there. And again, guys, this is a free live stream. It's just basically the same kind of this, but it's going to be a little bit more intimate. I'm only going to allow 30 students. So the first 30 people that want to sign up and join, please, if you don't plan on joining, then please don't sign up because there are limited seats. So I do expect we have 30 sign up. Then I expect 30 people to, be on the call. So should be something cool, just something I want to test out and do, and something where you guys can actually talk. We can kind of get a back and forth from on there. So anyways, if you're interested, go ahead and take a look at the link down below. I'll go ahead and put this up top now for anybody else that joins in on stream that you guys can go ahead and check out. And then otherwise, I will go ahead and say hello to let's see, Black Empowerment Vision, tips for getting an online pre-calculus course this semester. I got a C in the previous or getting an A. Yeah, I mean, you just got to go back. I mean, every single day, every single thing, no matter what you didn't go back, what you got to see on, like, go back and do it, redo those problems. One of the things I have a video, I think, coming out this week that I'm going to talk about is, when you guys are getting problems wrong, you have to go back and practice those problems. You got to fix what you got wrong and you got to practice them. Just don't say, oh, I got a C, I got a D, I got an F, like, whatever, move on. Like, no, you got to go back and keep on practicing those things that you struggle with. Extraordinary explosions. If you can go ahead and submit a question, or once I'm done kind of going through my chat, let me know about those questions, guys. The best way to get a question answered for at least this live stream will be doing the brymclogan.com/Q&A, because that's where I mostly go ahead and check. Or after I've kind of gone through those questions, then sometimes we'll be able to take them from the chat. But it's just kind of a lot of times difficult to kind of get through those. So make sure you guys either use that or kind of wait till at the end from there. I never thought about that, but I guess I kind of like it. Oh, cool. Taylor, maybe. And usually I would say, hey, go to my Discord, which I totally forgot. to let you guys know, but the Discord server is down. And so I do really, really much appreciate it for you guys. But it is coming back. We're just working on it right now on the back end. And so hopefully by the end of this week, by next live stream, I will let you guys know that it's up. So therefore, you guys can go and check it out. Now, if you have not already gone to the live stream or the Discord, I would highly recommend, go ahead and check it in, because I'm not able to get to everybody's questions. Obviously, people submit questions each and every week, and I can only answer so many questions on a live stream. So the Discord is a great place to get your questions answered. It's also a great place to help other students, to learn math, to and also to connect with other students just like yourself all over the world. So it is a growing community, and also something that is I think has been really, really helpful for a lot of students. So I think it's definitely worth it for you guys to check it out. No, it doesn't take practice and repetition, but that is definitely one component for sure, just like anything else. I have no idea what the math is in the UK. I know obviously math is math, like in a general sense, but there's definitely going to be some differences, as far as and how things are structured and the kind of ladder of the progression. But I am not actually familiar with math in UK. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Definitely you can go ahead and submit it to McLogan.com/Q&A is the best tailor for you at this. And yes, Addie, thank you so much. I do have a ton of content, and part of the thing, Addie, you find content really, really well. So I really, really appreciate that. Yeah, there's, one of the things is also just organizing so much of this older content. It's like, crazy. Well, awesome, Lorenzo. Congrats to you. And there, I saw somebody else was taking like how to go back for adult learners, or like some math tips. And I don't know if they're still on, but I saw it and I didn't have time to respond. And yeah, it's, I think that's difficult. I can only imagine trying to go back to school. Like, I mean, one of the things that I want to do, actually, one of the reasons why I stepped out of classroom was so I could go back into school. And it's just so difficult even right now, just with my kids and trying to YouTube. I'm like, I haven't even been able to start any kind of like math curriculum to like just do my own kind of self-study, just because I've been so busy. And so I definitely give kudos to all you guys that have been taking math for so long and then going back into it. I know it can be definitely difficult. I think one of the things that I would least recommend and to, kind of go through is, you just got to make sure like you stay on that curiosity belt. And I think a lot of times when we're younger, and this was me, so I'm just saying this was me, and I know a lot of my students well, but like, you just kind of pass like, oh, let's get to the next grade, right? Whereas now you get older, you get a little bit more mature, like you want to get those, and you want to understand why things kind of work a little bit more, because what you realize is they're going to come back up. Right. And it's going to come back eventually to, you're going to need to know that understanding. So I think just making sure that if you don't understand something, like go back a little bit farther, go back to the basics. I mean, how many times that people watch like my fraction video that are not in elementary school, right? They need to make sure they're understanding how to do fractions so they can build up to the higher level mathematics. I'm not sure what course you're talking about, Vudo. Yeah, typically most courses and most pre-calculus curriculums will include like some limits, and not really so much stuff from calculus, but a lot of stuff that you're going to want to know from the calculus, like trig and rational expressions and sequence series, depending on, which calculus you're going from. Ooh, Jolly, yes, you're definitely going to want to make sure you review on that. F. I thought you were in DCPS. Are you not? I guess I don't think I heard anything. I figure I would have done that. But yeah, I'm really sad. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm really sad to hear that going off to virtual. I think, I get it. Like, I totally get it. But I think it's just, I think it's very hard for the education and for students and also for teachers and parents, to really do the distance learning. I get it. And, I can understand from that perspective. I just think it's, online learning, there is such a huge potential and benefit to it, but it's not the end all be all. It's not the answer to fixing education by any means. Like, obviously I'm a part of it, and I know there's a great, huge benefit to it, right? And I think many of you guys can agree with that. But we need to, learning in person is, I think, a very, very important component, and that community kind of aspect with your students, with the teachers, and everything like that. Thank you for watching. Yeah, my final exam coming up. I'm definitely gonna do some other things for you guys on the final two. I'm gonna redo the 30-day challenge. Those are gonna be coming up for you guys. I'm gonna try to do probably pre-calcs and algebra 2 again. Probably keep those going up, and then and maybe we'll try to see if I should be able to get another course. I'm going in there. Oh, awesome! That's so awesome to hear. I know what I do. Because even I know what to do, I always watch your video. Well, thank you so much, Ken. That's awesome. I really appreciate that. Oh, Founders Pre-Calc. Everything is really going to be the same. I mean, different as far as everybody's teacher. In my course, in my curriculum, when I would teach it, and on my online course, it is I would teach analytic trigonometry, which is like identities, and then I do the application of trigonometry, which would be like law of sines, law of cosines. I do vectors in there, polar and polar and parametric equations, and then I'd get into conic sections, and then we do the limit. And that was kind of how my district kind of told me actually how to teach or what to teach. But yeah, a lot of a lot of pre-calculus classes are going to be parallel or very close to that, unless the teacher, has some flexibility with how they run it. Well, awesome, Cody. So happy to help you out. New Jersey. Gotcha. Yo. Don't be spamming. Come on. Don't want to do that. Yes, George, I can definitely, I think my wife, she was virtual for a lot of time. She wanted to, it was very difficult. And I hated doing virtual teaching. I absolutely could not stand it. I think that was part of from the instructional point of view, but yeah, I think there's a lot of benefits to it, and I don't think it's going to go away, but there's definitely some issues that, we're just not built, we're built to still kind of work, together, and in person for a lot of things. Someone instruction leader. Well, awesome. Pre-calculus class. I like that. Good for you. Congrats. Yes, I do have some discrete math videos, and I do know some discrete math. And obviously I want to spend a lot more time doing some more discrete math. I just haven't got myself around to it. Yeah. And here's the thing. A lot of people really benefit from the online math, right? Like, it was awesome. Like, you didn't have to go to school. Like, the best thing I loved about the teaching or the online math was not getting in my car, driving 25 miles, or 25 minutes, to my school, right? I mean, that if you think about the time that I saved just doing that, that was huge. I miss the students. I miss the students a lot now, as well too. So, I mean, I think there's always going to be those, those plus and minuses, and then some people are going to do better than others for sure. I would definitely say factoring. If there's one thing I could say, I would just say factoring. Quadratics, polynomials, like having that really set, I think will set you, will give you a good foundation. There's obviously a lot more, but if you're going to say the main thing, I would just stick with that. Because a lot of students that struggle in my class, that's a lot of times where, one of the things they're troubled with. We could spend a lot of time with this answer, but there's a ton. I'm not even going to do an answer that would do it justice. There's a ton of application videos, I think on YouTube, that do an amazing job, kind of explaining calculus and also how it's applied. So I would definitely go and check them out. They're going to do a much better job than I could ever just say to you. It's going good so far. Pretty good so far. Thank you. Oh, man, you have an idea of my course that I'm going to be, another course I'm going to have. So there is, I think really you could, I'm actually going to be I wanted to kind of make a little video that's like learning pre-calculus really quickly and all kind of like mobile kind of idea, but I haven't come out with it yet, so it's not there. But I think for our pre-calculus, you basically have like algebra 2 plus trig and some other, content from there. I do inside my course, not to give you a plug, but it is a plug for, my course, I do have everything kind of like in a short in time period where it's not like full lessons. So That's in the description if you're interested about that. But I think otherwise you just got to like look at a syllabus of a pre-calculus course, mine or somebody else's, and just kind of like try to hit some of those and, final exam. I mean, I think that'd probably be the best way if you're like trying to prepare for calculus or something, or just to review it, just kind of go through that and trying to hit some videos, what you need help with, what you don't need help with. And that's what I kind of ideal, because I created my course kind of like for the online learning section where I didn't want to do like hour lectures. Like I think that's boring. People aren't going to finish them. So I try to do all my lectures to be like less than 20 minutes. Most of them are around 10 minutes or less. So, so that might be something you may ensure. I don't know if that's what you're looking for or where you're kind of at, but I thought I'd just mention it for you. Yeah, definitely agree. Well, and the one thing too, which I don't think we were ready for, but one thing I've been really being helpful is like Discord. I love Discord. I think there's going to be a big future with the push with Discord in the learning space. And that's one of the things I'm really want to kind of keep on expanding my Discord server. And again, if you haven't checked out my Discord server, highly recommend that you go into the description, check it out. And it's under maintenance right now, so you're not going to get anything except for our temporary chat. But within the week, it should be ready. But you can get on the, get signed up and everything now, and then you'll be definitely all ready. But the cool thing about the Discord, and actually, crap, I didn't even check to see where this invite was actually going. Better go and check to make sure this is a good invite code. Forgot about that. Oops. Nobody's said anything at least yet, I guess. So I am assuming it's good. Because I want to make sure I put it to this right rule. Let's make sure this works. Okay, cool. Seems like it's working. Okay. What was I talking about? Oh, the hardest thing about virtual learning is asking questions. Yeah. So, but Discord, there's like tutors, you can get help for free. You can have that community kind of board. Like, I think that's a pretty cool element to kind of speed some of those things up. Joshua says, I live in Canada. I'm currently taking functions, which from my understanding is kind of a very similar pre-calculus. Autocutters, do you happen to know if my class is equivalent to Algebra 2 or pre-calculus? From what I've seen, it's equivalent to like a pre-calculus course. I'm not 100% sure, but from what I've seen from students, I've had some students that I believe are in that class and they signed up for my pre-calculus class because I told them to, take a look at your syllabus and compare it to my syllabus to make sure that is the right video or the right course. And so, yeah, they signed up and they basically, it's not 100% like exactly the same. But they were able to get enough, I think, from there. I have probably way too many polynomial videos that you'd ever want to watch ever. Yep, that can definitely help. So far, so good. Yeah, the box method, I like, that one's always a good one. From there, I like that. What is pre-calculus primarily based on? Basically, I would think of like Algebra 2 review and getting ready for pre-calculus topics if you just want to go for there. Yeah, that's a good video too. I mean, they're just kind of like an overview from on there. If you can go ahead and post your questions in brianmclogan.com/Q&A, or once the Discord opens up, go ahead and check that out you can definitely go and post in there as well. Yeah, I've heard a lot of students from there, and especially I was like the main pre-calculus teacher at my school, and a lot of times a lot of my students would tell me that as well. Even when I taught calculus, they said pre-calculus was harder than when you taught calculus. So I can definitely agree from on there. I actually am not aware of any of the JEE exam questions, but that is one thing I am looking into adding into the Discord. So hopefully maybe get a little bit more familiar with those types of questions and from there. And then, yeah, maybe that's something come out with for sure. A ton of polynomial videos, a ton. You can just type in polynomials, Brian McLogan, whatever you want to find, and I'm sure I have some. I'm going to try to. I try to just get to as many questions as I can here for a little bit, talk to you guys, let you guys know again that the link that is above my head. That is going to be an extra live stream that I'm doing. Again, it's a free live stream. If you guys are interested, if you're taking pre-calculus and you just want to join, ask some questions, whatever. It's just like kind of same thing. You're going to submit questions on a Google form. I'll answer them. However, you will be able to actually talk back and forth with me because it is a smaller community for on there. So it's not going to be just you guys listening to me kind of talk. We'll actually have a conversation, kind of style from on there. So if that's something you're interested in, feel free to go ahead and sign up for on that. But I will try to get to as many questions as I can on there. Well, awesome. Maybe I'll help you out. Clay. What else did we comprehend? I think just doing them like quickly and shortly and practicing a lot really has helped me. All right. I got to get to How was that? I'm a 10th grade student and I just can't understand advanced geometry. It's kind of unmotivated for the last 6 months, but I'm trying to cope with it this winter break. Any tips? I'm not really sure what's exactly in the advanced geometry. But the only thing I can say is I did make a video a couple weeks ago about like staying motivated in math. There might be some things in there that I think would maybe help you, but to not make you have to watch a video and trying to give you some, tips and ideas. I mean, I would just recommend, trying to stay consistent with it. Try to do small. Don't try to like wait till the end, trying to do your work. I think that, sometimes it can be, if you're having trouble with it, it's getting frustrated, right? So you don't want to do it because you're not good at it. So try to get some help, try to do it with somebody else, some study partner, a tutor, anything else that can make it a little bit better. Cause once you understand something, you're not going to be as unmotivated to be able to do it. Right. So, I would definitely, those are at least a couple, 2 tips, and maybe, try to do things like every day, try to do something, even if you don't fully understand it, try to be consistent or even go back to like older, hopefully that will maybe pick up some pieces and you'll start understanding some of the content from there. And maybe that hopefully, might be able to help you out. Ooh, Nate. I'm currently in the process of teaching myself calculus. Small town South Carolina, currently taking advanced algebra 2. Have any pointers? I would just my one thing that, when I first taught calculus, I hadn't taught calculus, or I hadn't taken calculus in like 10 years. So I was like, I don't remember half the content on calculus. And even that's why a lot of times I don't go through calculus on here. Like I haven't taught calculus inside the classroom in, 3 years. And I've already like, not so much forgotten the content, but like forgotten a lot of like the explanations and like the connections of like how to make it make sense for you. Right. And so if you're not actively doing something, obviously it becomes difficult. So what I would definitely recommend is try to find at least like 1 or 2 teachers, or I'm sorry, at least two teachers that you can kind of 2 to 3, if anything, that you can kind of like go off of. Like there's always going to be a book or a teacher that you really, really love and really like connect with. That's awesome. But I'd also get a secondary one, a supplementary, 1 or 2, either books or teachers that you can also, either watch their videos or use their resources or practice, whatever may be the case. But what you'll do is, usually with that in mind, you're going to get a good, solid understanding. I think that's one of the hard things too, about when we're talking about like learning, like in the classroom, you're stuck with your one teacher, right? And how your teacher explains things. Well, what if you don't connect with your teacher? What if you don't understand your teacher, right? I mean, that's how a lot of you guys have come and seen me. Like you don't understand your teacher, you're not connected with them. Then you go on YouTube and you find a video from me and you're like, oh, wow, you explained it so well. And it's like, well, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I think in my most of my understanding, I'm just giving you a different perspective of how it makes sense to me. So you're going from what you already know, you're going from what your teacher says, and I'm kind of like that third point. And that third point is just helping everything come together. So if you're trying to self-teach, you don't want to just be relying on yourself and whatever curriculum you have. Like try to find something else to really help things come together. And that was actually good thing. Like, system. I was going to write that down. Maybe I'll remember that. Maybe I won't. Well, Curtin's really helped me through pre-calc and some algebra. Well, awesome, Trey. Happy to be able to help you out. Um, you're very welcome, Gabriel. Oh, there you go. Yes, I did have a math line. Did I not post it? Yeah, if so, when you go ahead and go to the link up above, it has it for this Wednesday at, I believe, 4:30. But you have to, like, it shows it on a calendar, and you have to sign up, and then you agree to it, and then all the details are sent by email. I'm pretty sure you can obviously cancel if you end up like having to do it and you can't make it. Then cancel it because it is a running clicker. Like, there's only so many spots that are available. But yeah, I think it's 4:30 Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday. So. Yeah, I would definitely say, I mean, Khan Academy is good, definitely good for what it is, for sure. I mean, I think it's good content from in there for you guys to learn from, and then also has a lot of practice too, and I think that's important as well. All right. Can you go over and find any indicated terms of binomial expressions? I can, but you're going to want to go ahead and submit that to brianmclogan.com/Q&A. All right. I'm going to go and post that out. Again, guys, if you are interested in joining, no. Oh, okay. There we go. Okay. I don't know why it's showing up there. Oh, let's lock that. And then we'll lock that. All right. No. Okay. Perfect. Cool. Well, hey. The extra live streams, I think I was going to do them on Zoom, and I might do them on Zoom. I think on this one, I'm going to try a Google Meet, actually. So it's going to be a Google Meet. For I think on this week, that's what I did. And then if I don't like it, then I'll do Zoom. I did Zoom for like my pre-calculus classes, and I like it. And I do Zoom for like some other calls right now. So I don't know. I do like half my online calls are either on Zoom or on Google Meet. So I've never done Google Meet as from like a education perspective from myself. So I'm going to give that a shot. But yeah, so that will actually be on a Google Meet. All right, let me go and see. Did you guys blow up some more questions? Not really. You guys are all right. Okay. All right, let me go and see if I can add in any more questions for you guys while I have some of you guys on. SOHCAHTOA is basically the relationship between the sides of a triangle based on a given angle. We can definitely go and do it if you want more on there. And yeah, I mean, not very, it's been a long time since I've taught them, so I probably won't be able to do anything on combinatorics. It's not very much any detailed stuff. That's definitely one of the things I would want to do, kind of go back and review a lot for on those. All right, so that student got that. Let's see what else you guys have here. See, man, a question like this, I get these all the time. Like, what are you solving for? You got to let me know, questions like this on what you're solving for from there. It's a line. How do I approach it? Get an A. I think the student already asked me, but I'll just go ahead and sign it on there. I could probably go and verify this, but whatever. And then, guys, if you're going to, I'll try to get to as many questions, guys, as I can. But just try to keep with the math for you guys here. What is the difference between the radius and the amplitude? So, that's a great question. Oh, shoot. Did I delete that student? Sorry. I actually think I deleted somebody's question. So if you look at like the unit circle, you can see that the graph, the high point, or let's say the y value for sine, it goes up to 1, it goes down to -1. So the radius is actually would be equivalent to the amplitude, right? Because the amplitude is 1/2 the from the max to the min and of the graph. So I would say the amplitude is going to be, or that's the difference. Well, the radius is going to be from the radius of the circle on the unit circle, whereas the amplitude is going to be the half distance between the max and the min of the graph, or the absolute value of that. Yes, I think I kind of asked the question really briefly. Yeah, I can go ahead and, I mean, I'll take a look at it. Try to take some of the questions that I have for you guys, and then post them in there while I answer some of you guys' questions. Because I don't think my question should take that long, because we got a kind of a nice break from there. Yes, I would definitely say most students that struggle in calculus, it's not because they struggle with calculus. Most students that struggle with calculus struggle because of algebra, for sure. 3/5 of an eighth is how much? Oh, okay. Well, you're basically just multiplying. If you have an eighth of something and you have 3/5 of something, so if you're saying 3/5 of, basically you want a portion of something else, right? So all you're going to do is multiply 3/5 times 1/8. So you do 3 times 1, which would be 3, 8 times, and then 5 times 8, which would be 40. So you just got to think of like what that operation or what they're asking from there. I think I gotcha. Yeah, okay, gotcha. Got that, student. And just a reminder, guys, I will be going live again each and every week. So if you guys have joined, you've never been to a live stream before, all I'm doing is answering questions that have been submitted to brianmclogan.com/Q&A. It's also pinned in the comment, or it's also pinned on the chat. Oh, also, guys, holy crap, I forgot my giveaway. I totally forgot about that giveaway. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not already done this on the giveaway, yes, people have died down. This is awesome. Go ahead and head over to my last live stream, please. And go ahead on last stream and hashtag MathHelp. So, oh my God, guys, I cannot believe I totally forgot. So one of the things I wanted to do, I totally forgot about this. So we're going to do, one thing I want to mention with you guys. Yeah, it's okay, man. Usually an eighth, I took from there. It's all good. Are you saying how much? Wait, did you say how much? Are you really throwing me on there? 3/5 of eighth. Oh, I guess you're saying with a smile. Okay. Well, I was talking about fractions, Addie. All right. But yes, I can always take the 1/8, goes from there. But anyways, what was I saying? Oh, so I'm going to be having the extra live stream on Wednesday, right? And obviously that was kind of my purpose. So if you're just joining in, you want to say, hey, what are you talking about? Extra live stream on Wednesday. That's what you're talking about. Yes, you can go and join. That's for pre-calculus if you guys are interested in that. The next thing is, I also want to do a one-on-one tutoring, completely free. You guys, all you got to do is sign up. If you guys remember when I was giving away my course, when I was giving away my pre-calculus course, or when I was like promoting my pre-calculus course, as well as when I was, excuse me, sorry. Also, when I was trying to reach the 1 million subscriber mark, another thing that was happening with me was when I was trying to reach 1 million subscribers, I was doing a lot of giveaways. So that's something I want to do again, is like get some more one-on-one tutoring for you guys. So if you guys go to my live stream last week, I think it was called the last stream of 2021, go to there in the comment section, go ahead and type in hashtag MathHelp. And again, that is if you would like to get a free tutoring session with myself. So we'll go and do that after I get to these math questions for you guys. And then you don't have to be on the live stream if you are done, or if you're not from there, but you do have to reach out to me. So I'm not going to go ahead and find you from on there. Man, you guys are not asking a lot of questions or math questions. You guys just want like random stuff, but I know somebody said there's going to be a math question coming in there. Oh man, pre-calc tomorrow or school tomorrow, just even school tomorrow. Crazy. All right, we got a couple more and then I'll knock out these questions. Okay. All right, you told me about that, so I already had that, student. You said you're gonna do it. Oh, I thought you were gonna give me those questions. Taylor. Okay. Gotcha. I will do these for you, Taylor. Cool. Rona, I have no idea what your situation is, so I think everybody's really going to be different from on there. But it really kind of depends on what math, and then also what you're trying to do. Like, where do you want to go? What are you going to do after 12th grade? There's a lot of components in front there. Come on, why would this not? Is it going up here? No. Sorry, I got the last one I'm trying to get to. And height ratio. Have a good Avian. Okay. Get to some questions. There we go. Okay. It's funny. It was somebody asked a very, very similar question to that for a calculus, and I kind of gave them I'll just kind of re-say the last thing for on that, which is basically like, and yeah, like you're going to want to have, either like some kind of curriculum or a course, a teacher or whatever else, but try to get like one or two that you can kind of go off of, something you can practice your work on, but you just don't want to rely on one resource. You don't want to rely on, one course or one teacher or one videos. I would definitely get at least 2 to 3. So therefore, when you're learning the information, you have something to bounce different ideas off and different ways of explaining things. I think that's really how things are going to come together for you. And so I do have a full online course curriculum, just to do a little plug that's in the description. If that is interested for you, it's not a free curriculum. It is a paid curriculum. So just thought I'd mention that in that, but also I have a ton of free videos. But again, like free videos is, probably like 5,000 pre-calculus videos, whereas paid is like, there's like 60 of them, but they're short because I don't want to keep them like very long videos. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get to the math. So what I am going to have to do now, is this on subscriber only? Yes, it is. No, it's not. All right, guys, I am going to check on the chat or I'm going to change the chat to subscribers only, just so the chat's not as much, but you should just subscribe anyways. If you're holding on, please. And then we'll get into the giveaway at the very, very end. I cannot believe I almost forgot about that. So again, if you're like, whoa, giveaway, what'd you just say? So what I mean by giveaway is on my last live stream, the last week in 2021, I did a live stream. And what I said was, hey, starting this year, I'm going to be doing a one-on-one free tutoring. You don't have to have it. You can gift it or whatever, but a free tutoring session one-on-one with myself. And yeah, all you have to do is type in #mathhelp. #mathhelp. That is it. And again, I'll type it one more time in the comments just so you guys know. Don't do it in the comments. Don't do that because I'm not going to put it on there. It's going to be on the video. So type in #mathhelp. Boom, go to that video and we'll do a giveaway from on there. And then the last thing is also for those of you on pre-calculus students, I'm not sure. For those of you that are taking pre-calculus that want to join on a private pre-calculus live stream, then you guys can go ahead and go to the link, which is right above my head. And you guys can go ahead and check that out. There you go. You guys can check that out if there's enough seats yet. I don't know. I already had, I think for my email I sent out early today, there was maybe like 10 seats that were taken, 10 or 15, and there's only 30 people that I'm doing. It's because it is a like in-person kind of like live stream. So no, guys, do not type it in on this chat. You have to go to last week's live stream and type it in. So please go back to there. You guys have a little more time to redeem yourself, and I'll come back. We'll do that from there. All right. Okay. Cool. Yeah, and the reason why is because the the thing that I use, the online thing that I'm using is it doesn't trick up the live chat. It only does the comment chat. No, I saw your question. I think I'm going to get it to. I'm going to get to it in the Google section. So it is coming up. I did see you. All right, time to do some questions. So I got to get my thing fixed. Okay. All right. Go see. I'll try to open up a little bit bigger. All right. So, first question of 2022. This is not my color. Excuse me, I'm very tired. In the figure below, lines L and K are parallel. Okay, so we have that written in. That's good. Let me double check that link. Okay, good. Find the relationship of these angles, or name the relationship. And I'm assuming we need to solve. I don't know. They didn't ask, but so these are whenever we have anything. So you can see these parallel lines, right? So whenever I had parallel lines, I would always say, all right, between the parallel lines is going to be interior. Outside of the parallel lines is going to be exterior. Okay. Now this thing is called T, but this is, or it's called A, but this is what we call a transversal. So whenever we have parallel lines being crossed by a line, that we call that a transversal. Now here you can see here is on the left-hand side, that's on the right-hand side. So that's why we call them alternate exterior angles. And alternate exterior angles are equal to each other. So if we needed to solve, I'm not sure, I just figured there was a question on there, then you just say negative, or 3x minus 35 is equal to a 2x. So then you can just subtract here. So you can have a x minus 35 is equal to 0, and then you can add a 35. So x equals a 35. Just saw your question, Jacob. These were all questions that were submitted to the Google form that is in the chat. So if you see the pinned chat, you'll see there's a little form there. You can go and submit your questions there. All right, next question. In the figure below, the horizontal lines are parallel. Find the measure of these horizontal angles. So again, we have exterior angles, right? They're both exterior. Actually, let's open this up again. There you go. So again, we see exterior angles, right? But now they're on the same side. So now we gotta understand, well, what's this relationship here? So these are what we'll call same side exterior angles. So we have same side interior angles. And when we have same side interior angles, these are going to be supplementary, meaning they're going to add up to 180 degrees. So if we have same side exterior angles, that means these two are going to add up to 180 as well. So what I'd do in this case, I'd say 2y plus 2 plus a 4y minus 2 is equal to 180 degrees. And again, the reason why, you guys can't see that. There you go. And again, you can see how that works is because this, right, if you're using the alternate exterior format, you could say that's 2y plus 2, right, because they're the same. And then these two you can see make up a full line. So therefore, we know that these are going to be supplementary. They're going to add up to 180. So now let's just go ahead and clean this up a little bit. So this is going to be a 6y. Those are going to divide out equals 180 degrees. Divide by 6, y is equal to a 30 degrees. This one, find the relationship. So whenever we have two lines whenever two lines that intersect, they're going to create vertical angles. So we have angles that do not share a side. Or I'm sorry, they don't share a side, but they share a vertex. So the vertex is the point right here on the angle. Those are what we can call vertical angles. And guess what? Vertical angles are equal to each other. So we can say 110 degrees is equal to a 7x minus 9. So I'd add a 9 both sides, and therefore it'd give me 119 equals a 7x. So divide by 7. Let's see, I know 7 times 10 is going to be 70, and then that looks like 49, so it looks like x is going to equal 17. There you go. All right, the area of a trapezium is, hold on a second. Let me double check this because I don't remember. Okay, yeah, it was okay. Couldn't figure out. I was like, crap. Did I remember? All right, I should probably double check to make sure I get the area problem right. I don't use obviously the area. I don't use the area formula very much for this, or very often for obvious reasons. So we have the area of a trapezoid. It's equal to 1/2 base 1. Oh, let's use base 1 and base 2. Oh yeah, crap, I forgot I undid that. So it's going to be base 1 plus base 2 times the height. Okay, so the parallel sides are going to be your bases in this case. So the area is going to be 1,440 is equal to base 1, which is 54.6 plus a 35.4, and that's going to be times height. And that just says find the distance between them. Well, the distance between them is going to be the height of there. So that's going to be the distance between those two sides, which would be the height. And then so you just need to solve for h. And then I do have my calculator. You lucky. So we have, so first thing I could do is, let's just go and simplify this. That's fine. All right, so 54, so that's going to give me a 1. That's a 6, so that's going to be 100, right? 80, 90. No, that's going to be 80 to 90, so that'd be a 90. And then, let's see, I have 1,440. I can multiply that, so that's going to equal a 45h, right? And then divide by 45. And then I get h is equal to 32. And again, that's in centimeters. So make sure you use the units. This next one says ax plus by equals c. What is c? So c is just a number. So I think it's important when we're looking at, so this would be like the standard form of a linear equation, right? So the important thing is like to understand like why we have our variables. So we have the x and we have a y axis, right? And there's a relationship between these x and y axis, and for any point on here, right? For any point, we have an x and a y coordinate, okay? Now we can create a relationship between those x and y coordinates. Like for instance, if I had like this, up 1 over 2, right? So let's say like up 1 over 2 units. So I can write this equation, and let's just say 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there's a line. All right, now here we have an xy. Now, if I want to write this line, I could say y is equal to, let's see, it's a up 1 over 2, so 1/2 x plus 3. That is the relationship between the x and the y coordinates, right? Because here's another point. So here's this point, 0, 3. And this is an xy coordinate, but this point is also what? 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2, 4. So the relationship between 0, 3, and 2, 4 can be written in this linear equation of y equals 1/2 x plus 3. Now, again, you might say, what is 3? Well, 3 is going to be the y-intercept in this case, right? And again, I can rewrite this as an equation here. So I could rewrite this as in that general equation of y equals, what am I doing? Oh, stop. Right, so I can say y minus a 1/2 x is equal to a 3. And then we could multiply everything by 2, right? So you could have like a 2y minus x equals a 6, right? So again, 6 is not going to have a direct relationship here from what that is, but again, it's just a number that's a constant that's going to be helping out with the relationship between x and y's. If you have it in slope-intercept form, you can obviously recognize that that's going to be your y-intercept. But when we have it in standard form, it's not always going to represent that y-intercept. Okay, so it's just a part of the relationship between your x and your y coordinates. All right. Whoa, whoa. Oh, is Professor Leonard on? I'm trying to get caught up. I don't see. And hey, how are you? Very well. That's good. You could definitely go and check out the. Oh, I don't see him on. All right, cool. Actually, I will go ahead and I'm just gonna post that on there for anybody that is showing up on the end. Might as well just post down there. There you go. Right there. All right, so let's get into the next one. Next question. So I'm starting pre-calculus on Monday. It's a quick call follow too. It's online. How to approach it to get an A. I think the main thing is you just got to make sure, like when you're doing a quick course, I mean, you just got to stay on top of things. You got to do math every single day. Anytime you don't get an A, then you have to be practicing and reviewing those things, right? If you understand, like if your goal is to get an A, if you're like, I am getting an A, well, then whatever you do, whatever you get wrong, whatever you don't understand, you need to put in the extra time to make sure you understand it, because it's going to come back to you. And if you have a grade where it's not an A, then you're going to have to like compensate for that, right? So you're going to have to get a high A on the next time. So just make sure you kind of remember that, and make sure whenever you're struggling that you're putting in the extra work on that. And then in addition to that, I would I'll just say, like, you know, ask questions too as well. Get questions. All right, next one. Not a question, but I started teaching Algebra 1 and Algebra 2. Awesome. I'm 20 years old, and I could definitely pass as a high schooler myself. What should I do to gain respect and attention of the students? I've been tutoring for a few hours, but never taught a class of 30 years at once. Don't worry, you're not going to have respect. So don't worry about it. I mean, obviously there's little tricks of the trade, but even when I was a teacher, I started teaching when I was 21 or 22. And it's going to take a while. It is what it is. You know, you got to, and in reality too, like, I mean, obviously Algebra 1, Algebra 2, but like they have older brothers, right? And older sisters that are like your age. So they're familiar with, you know, how old you are. You don't intimidate them in that respect. And again, not for everybody. I'm not saying you can't demand respect. And I'm not saying that's not something you should achieve. I'm just saying that you have to kind of take it with a little bit of grain of salt, you know, like even myself, like I tried to be very strict. I always tried to demand the classroom, and I did, but, and I don't want you to think that you can't, because you can. But I think the one important thing is also you have to be very understanding with these kids, you know, from on there. And I think that I remember there was one kid, he'd always swear in my class, always was swearing. And I was like, man, I'm like, why do you, do it? Like, it just, no matter what I said to him, it didn't matter. And he's like, I know you don't care because you're young and you're cool like me, whatever else. And of course, like, I didn't accept his reasoning for him swearing, but it did make me kind of think about, like, it doesn't matter how stern or, tough I am. And I was very tough with that kid too. Still remember, gave him a lot throughout the year, but it made me also think about, like, you gotta kind of like roll with some things, from on there. And because you want those kids to like connect with you more than anything else, right? And I think when they know that you care, then they're going to respect you on that respect, right? You can't just throw down the iron fist and try to make them do what you want, right? You have to build that camaraderie with them. So that was something I think was really, really helpful for me to kind of learn in person that I would carry on to you. My math class on the year is teacher tends to combine multiple lessons together, which I can get confusing. We learned a lot about trig functions. Grade 11, yes, combine unit circles, special triangles, coterminal angles, and the cast rule into one lesson. How should I go about dividing this for my personal notes? How are these lessons related? Whew. And crap, you sent something like you wanted me to talk about something else. I kind of forgot. Okay. Let me see if you're still on. I don't remember who sent this. Kind of what you wanted me to focus on. I know you said, like, I think maybe reference angles and coterminal angles. I'm assuming, maybe, and I can do a quick little lesson. I don't like using lessons or like doing quick lessons on live streams just because I don't really know if it's going to be beneficial or not. But I can try to, I know you mentioned something in the chat, so I'll try to do my best. All right. So let me go over this and I'll see if you chat back on. You might be still on. I'm not sure. All right. Taylor, you sent in this question. I do remember your name for some reason. So if b is greater than 0, then you remember these log rules. All right. So we got 2 questions here. So the first one I would definitely do is this is going to be a log base b of, so main thing you want to do is remember 1 over b cubed is the same thing as b to the negative 3rd power, right? So I can rewrite that as a negative 3. Then hopefully you recognize whenever you have the base with the argument is going to be the same. Then if that's raised to a power, then that's just equal to negative 3. Because you can also rewrite this as a negative 3 times log base b of b, right? Well, any logarithm raised to of the same term is going to just be 1. So therefore, this answer is a negative 3, which is 4. The second question. Use the rules to rewrite the following. So this can just be the rules of logarithms. Looks like we're trying to expand. So we're going to try to write these as many logarithms as possible. So the first thing we're going to do is a log x squared plus a log of y. That's going to be the product rule. And then power rule, I can take that 2 in front. So 2 logarithm x plus a log of y. And again, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to expand this. Here we have division. So division, when you're dividing your argument, then you can rewrite that as a subtraction of 2 terms. So I can say the logarithm of square root of x minus the logarithm of y squared. And again, now we have the square root, and it's like, well, what do we do with the square root? Well, we can rewrite that as a rational power. So that's going to be log to the 1/2 power minus a logarithm to y squared. And then again, we can use this power rule to bring those all in front. So I have a 1/2 log of x minus a 2 log of y. Okay, sorry, my g's look like y's. All right, so how could I touch on all of those? Okay, well, I'm just going to kind of touch on every one of them. So first thing, let's just kind of go from the beginning. First thing, let's talk about our special right triangles. So, no. Why do I do this to myself? Okay, the first special triangle is what we'll call a 45, 45, 90 triangle. Okay, 45, 45, 90 triangles have equal side lengths. So therefore, our angles are also going to be equivalent as well. That's why it's 45 and 45 degrees, right? So that's just going to be a 45, 45, 90 triangle. So the side lengths are equal to each other. So therefore, let's just kind of go through the general idea here. Let's, if you remember the relationship here, so if this is x and this is x, then this is going to be x a square root of 2, right? Now, what I'm going to actually do is actually rewrite this. So if I rewrote that as an x, then all I'm going to do to go from here to here, I multiply by square root of 2. So go from here to here, I'm going to divide by square root of 2. So when you go ahead and simplify that, that's going to be an x square root of 2 over 2. This is going to be an x square root of 2 over 2, right? Because what you're going to do is like, let me just do it this way. Let me just show you. I always hate that. So it's really x divided by square root of 2, right? But then what we want to do is really rationalize the denominator. And that's how we get this. X squared of 2 over square root of 2 times square root of 2 is just 2, right? So that's how we got that. Because remember, they're going to be the same. And the 30, 60, 90 triangle is going to be exactly the same. So 30, 60, 90 triangle, it's kind of the same idea. So this is going to be a 30, 30, 60, 90, right? So in this one, if this is x, then this is 2x, and this is going to be x squared root of 3. But again, what I'm going to do is let's just rewrite this as x. Then this would be a 1/2 x, and then this would be an x divided by square root of 3, which equals a square, 2x divided by square root of 3. What am I doing wrong? Something. I'm trying to do this like really speed. Something's wrong. That's an x. That's 2x. That's x times the square root of 3. Correct. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, that's not the best way to do it. What am I doing? If this is just times square root of 3, then that's going to be 1/2 x. Then this would be square root of 3 over 2x, right? Just multiply times square root of 3 to go from there. Okay, so those are your special right triangles. Now, let's have x equal 1. So if x equals 1, then we can put these two triangles right here. I'll do these two right here. Okay. And then what we can say is, like, we can actually rewrite these. Oh, well, thank you so much, Dragon. I got to super chat you out then. Thank you so much. Can you go over finding percentiles? Dang it. Why do you give me something I'm not familiar? Haven't gone over in a while. I haven't taught, thank you so very much. I have not gone over percentiles in probably over 5 years. So my explanation is not going to do justice for anything from there. I am so sorry on that. I can only do things that I am confident in on the explanation. So I do really, really appreciate the super chat, but I do really apologize with I'm not just going to be able to go through on the percentile. I do have some older videos on percentiles that might be able to help you out from there, but holy crap, I don't even remember going. That's something I'm definitely gonna have to go back to and review from my instruction. Go back over my review. Stop. Oh, come on. Okay, so there is your points, right? Now, again, from these points here, what I want you to see is the distance away from the origin, 0, 0. These actually have coordinate points, right? So this coordinate point is what? How far is this over? Again, remember, x equals 1 here, right? So if x equals 1, then this is going to be square root of 3 over 2, comma, 1/2. And if x equals 1 here, you can see here, if x equals 1, what we have is the square root of 2 over 2, comma, the square root of 2 over 2. So that's how the unit circle is kind of born. And you can kind of create these circles all the way throughout there. And that's a horrible circle, but I kind of ran out of space, right? So that's at least the idea of the unit circle. Now, the important thing here I want you to understand is when you are, these points, these are like the unit points. Like we can rewrite these triangles all throughout the unit circle. We can just keep on rotating, flipping them all over around, right? Flip them about the x, flip them about the y, and we're going to keep on going, and we're going to keep on getting them. Now, the important thing is a couple things. So let's talk about coterminal angles real quick, and then I'll get into, you didn't mention reference angles, but I think that's, no, you just mentioned it. So oh, come on, stop. I got to show you this. Okay, last one. So let's go for this angle, right? So I'm just going to do degrees. I'm not going to get into radians. So this angle is 30 degrees, right? Because that was the 30-degree triangle. So that's 30. Now, what I want you to see is this angle. If I go all the way around the circle, that's 360. And then if I go an extra 30, that's 390 degrees, right? 30 degrees and 390 degrees are coterminal. They have the same initial and terminal side. That's basically the definition of coterminal angles. Same initial and terminal side. So all you need to do to find coterminal angles is just add and subtract 2 pi. That's kind of like a basic definition, because you could also go this way, right? What if you went to the negative direction? Well, all the way around the circle in the negative direction would be negative 360, but you're 30 short, right? So you could say also negative 270 degrees. But again, remember, coterminal angles, there's infinite many. So you can keep on going around and around and around from on there. Okay. All right. It is late, and guess what, guys? It is that my coterminal angle review? Yes, I believe that. Do you have questions on the coterminal angle review? Because that's basically just about it. Coterminal angles have the same angles with the same initial and terminal side. So I introduced the unit circle for you, and then gave you some idea of 2 examples of coterminal angles to 30 degrees. Just add and subtract 360 or add and subtract 2 pi. But if you have a question, let me know. Otherwise, I am going to go ahead and get started on our freebie, or our giveaway. See who's ready for that. So I got to go back to my old live stream. Oh my God, I've been on for way too long. Okay. Sorry guys, I actually was not prepared. I was not prepared for this. I kind of totally forgot that I was going to do this. So let me just pull up my live stream. And then what I got to do is get, ooh, especially you got a question. Yes, I have a question. If you're doing it with radians, can you just convert it to degrees and then convert it back? You can. I wouldn't recommend doing that. I'm assuming then you probably maybe have some issues with like fractions. I don't know. I'll show you what to do mathematically from that. And then I'll pull up the thing real quick. Okay, cool. So we're all set, guys. Let me just do some math here. So if I want to find a coterminal angle, let's pretend so here we have this angle, right? And it's going to be 30 degrees. But again, what's in 30 degrees? That's going to be pi over 6. Okay, so let's say we have an angle pi over 6. And I say, hey, what is a coterminal angle to that? And you say, well, Mr. McLogan just said add or subtract 2 pi. And Matt, sorry, I got to stop. So Matt, Happy New Year and thank you for being awesome. Well, you're very welcome. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate for that. Thank you so much. So yeah, we have pi over 6. And again, I said add or subtract 360 or add or subtract 2 pi. So we have pi over 6 plus 2 pi. Well, how the heck do you add, right? So again, if you have pi over 6 plus 2 pi, I hate when that does that. So if you're going 2, 6, now again, remember pi over 6 and then plus 2 pi, right? So you can see it starts the same and it ends the same. So it's coterminal. Now, how do you add these? Well, again, you got to get common denominators. Now, it's really important for you to understand that 2 pi is equivalent to 12 pi over 6. I could multiply and get common denominators, blah, 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 right? But I think you understand like 12 divided by 6 is the same thing as 2 pi, right? So if I just rewrite this as 12 pi over 6 plus 12 pi over 6, you can see the answer is 13 pi over 6. And then you would say, well, what about if you go in the negative direction? Well, again, you're just going to do pi over 6 minus 2 pi. And you say, well, I'm not going to write it like this. I'm just going to write pi over 6 minus 12 pi over 6. Well, that's equal to a negative 11 pi over 6, right? Which again, this is equivalent to 360, so 390 degrees. And this is equivalent to a negative 270 degrees. I would not convert them to radians. Degrees. You're gonna need to know radians for there. Okay. All right. So guys, I'm sorry I don't have. I have a. With the fat fiber. I'm sorry, guys. There are questions that you guys can go ahead and submit in the chat. Feel free to go ahead and do that, where you guys can go ahead and submit the questions, and I'll get to them by next week. Also, if you have not already signed up and you're on pre-calculus and you want to join my pre-calculus live stream, that is coming up this week. Feel free to guys to go ahead and do that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to get a winner. So let's go ahead and see if I can. Bam. All right. Yes, well, there you go. I'm glad that helped out. All right. Let's go ahead and find the link. And if you guys have not gone to my previous live stream and typed in #mathhelp, then you are not in thing for getting free tutoring. So definitely make sure you guys go ahead and do that. And again, also, hello, after this live stream is done, if you guys have any questions, or if you guys want to do the, if you don't win and you want to get and if you want to get a chance to win for next week, then just go ahead and type in #mathhelp in the comment section of this live stream. So again, once the live stream is done, so once the live chat is done, then you guys can go and type in #mathhelp from there. Okay. All right, let's go and get it on. Here we go. So anything goes. Nope, we're going to do a keyword filter. And we'll do #mathhelp. All right, here we go. Free one-on-one tutoring, or you can gift it, whatever you want. But either way, you help. So congrats. Let's see. And dude, wait, 4 comments. Hold on a second. That's fine. But I want to make sure. I don't want to do a, why do I have this? Hold on a second, guys. Hold on. Why is this going through? No, don't put it in the chat, guys. Put it into the comments of this video. Come on. I just want to double check. All right, hold on. Something doesn't sound right because I'm assuming, maybe I'm not. I mean, maybe only 4 people did do it, but usually more than 4 people are signing up for on that. So something doesn't seem right. Wow. Yeah, maybe there's only 4. All right, let's roll with it. Sweet. I'm going to go. No. No. Okay. 4 comments. That's it, man. That's pretty good. And we have Lisa. I've watched your videos for years now, and they've got me through all my code. I appreciate the math help so much, and I make the biggest difference in learning. Well, awesome. You have won. Congratulations. I will please go ahead and reach out to me on, you can either reach out to me on Discord, but the Discord server is down, so that's probably not the best. So you can definitely go and reach out to me on Instagram as well. Again, my handle is Brian at Brian McLogan. So go ahead and reach out to me there, and I look for, or you can reach out, or you can email me at Brian McLogan at freemath, or Brian at freemathvideos.com. So, all right, guys, congratulations again, Lisa, and I look forward to connecting with you on that. Otherwise, guys, if you, I'll be going live next week, so if you have questions, go ahead and submit them into the chat. And once this live stream is done being live, you guys can go ahead and type in hashtag mathhelp from on there, and I'll be more than happy to do another giveaway next week. So, all right, guys, wish you the best of luck next week and your questions. And again, if you haven't checked out Discord, I would highly recommend it. It's under maintenance right now, but we'll be back up. And as far as pre-calculus students, I have that live stream going on for you guys on there. So, all right. Good to see you guys on. See you next week. Cheers.